Now that we've discussed language varieties, the different versions of a language shaped by culture, history, and social groups, let's shift our focus to another important concept: registers. While varieties deal with differences across communities, registers are about how we, as individuals, adjust our language depending on the situation. A register refers to the language style we adopt to different contexts, whether it's formal or informal, public or private, professional or casual. It reflects how speakers modify their language depending on the setting, the relationship with the listener, and their purpose in communication. In short, register is about using the right level of formality for the right audience. It affects not only our vocabulary, but also our grammar, tone, and even pronunciation. For example, imagine giving a class presentation. You'd likely use a clear structured style. But the moment you turn to your seatmate and whisper, "That was nerve-wracking," you've shifted into a more casual register. Nordquist identifies five registers: frozen, formal, consultative, casual, and intimate. Frozen is the most formal. It's fixed language, often ritualistic and unchanging. Examples include the Lord's Prayer, the Pledge of Allegiance, or legal documents. Formal is still structured, but not as rigid. This is the language of academic papers, news reports, or professional presentations. Consultative is semi-formal, often seen in professional conversations like between a doctor and a patient, or a teacher and a student. Casual is informal, relaxed, and filled with contractions or slang, like the way you talk with friends. Intimate is highly personal and used with people you're very close to, such as family members or partners, often with pet names or inside jokes. Here's a point for reflection. Can you think of a time when you had to adjust your register, for example, speaking with friends versus speaking in class or at work? How did that shift affect the way you express yourself? And how did others respond? Now, Mutri offers a simpler model called the three-register model, which includes formal, informal, and neutral. Formal is precise and elevated, used in official situations with unfamiliar audiences. Informal is relaxed and used with people you know well, like friends or family. It can overlap with casual and intimate registers. Neutral is more factual and objective, often used in professional or everyday contexts where the goal is simply to exchange information. Speakers naturally adjust their register depending on context and audience. For example, two teachers might joke casually in the staff room, but once they face a parent or the school principal, they switch to a consultative or formal tone. Cultural context also plays a huge role in registers used. Different cultures have their own ways of showing respect or familiarity. For instance, English doesn't have formal and informal pronouns like tu and vous in French or usted and tú in Spanish. Instead, English speakers rely on tone, vocabulary, or titles to express respect. So here's another reflection. In your own culture or community, how do people show respect, familiarity, or closeness through language? And how does that compare with how English handles formality and intimacy? In the end, understanding registers is not just about knowing when to say hello versus hey. It's about being aware of context, audience, and culture, and making sure our communication matches the situation. And this brings us to our next discussion: intercultural communication. If registers shows us how language adapts depending on context, intercultural communication shows us how these adaptations play out when people from different cultural and linguistic backgrounds interact.